Hey guys, it's Alex here, because why not? It's Alex O'Neill here for Alex Talks, which goes up every Tuesday and Friday. I am Alex O'Neill, and this is where I talk, because that's why it's called Alex Talks. Because if it was called like Dan Talks, that wouldn't make any sense, because there's no Dan and he's not even talking. What? But anyway, you guys come here and watch me talk and ramble about video games, and I enjoy that. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm very appreciative of you guys. Don't ever forget that. So today, I kind of wanted to talk about, I don't know, something I kind of picked up in the air at PAX, which is, good vibes. Good vibes go a long way, and I think that is something that is very undersold. Sorry, my hair is a mess. It's been a mess all day. I don't know why. It hates me. But, good vibes really, really help. Like, for example, Patrick Klepek of the Giant Bomb team, and the Giant Bomb team in general, Patrick Klepek lost his father 2 years ago, and, that's a horrible thing. It's a horrible situation to have to go through, but there was a thread on the Giant Bomb forums that, he said he saved it to his bookmarks on his phone, and he could just open it, it's appreciate Patrick thread. Just like, why do you love Patrick? Why are you happy he's on the site? And he could open it, and he talks about this frequently, and he can just scroll through, and usually he said he would just start crying because it hit so close to home for him. And of course the Giant Bomb guys lost Ryan Davis about a year ago, almost, and, there was just such an outcry of just group mourning of all of the community and them. And it was, it was something that people who aren't assholes, people who care, and people who know what it's like to lose something, that was, that's something that gets underappreciated a lot. And I just wanted to focus on that. I like to spread a lot of good vibes, usually through Twitter, because Twitter's the easiest way to get a hold of anybody. But I think, as someone who writes about games, I like to spread, kindness about what other people are writing as well. I'm not the guy who's like, I want to be the one person, the one guy who writes about games, and everyone else is beneath me. No, there are dozens of writers out there that I think are exceptionally better than me. Patrick Klepek being one of them. Our own Jared Green on my writing team, I think, is a better writer than me. And I endlessly appreciate his work and the fact that he contributes to the website. It's just, there are fantastic writers out there, and I like to notice them. And that's what's going to lead into what I'm going to say at the end of this Alex Talks. But whether I see an article, right? Keza McDonald wrote an incredible Dark Souls review. If you haven't read it, please read it, because it is a joy to read. It reminds me of Dark Souls 1 in such a unique way. And I read it, and I sent to her, this review was fantastic. It totally describes how I feel about the game. And you nailed it. Nail in the head, right? And she was like, wow, thank you. I mean, that's what I wanted people to say, and thank you so much. I'm glad you liked it. It's little stuff like that. Like, every time someone's having a bad day out there, and they write something, they pour their heart and soul into something, for example, which I've done before. Getting a tweet back saying like, wow, that was really good, and I really liked it, and I really connected with it, or just a simple, that was a good article. It makes you feel proud of your work, and I think that can be applied to anything. I do it specifically for games writers because I know what comment sections are like. All right, I had my PS4 fiasco. You can go look at those YouTube comments right now. And, I don't really get a lot of comments. So when I do, I tend to read all of them. And when I read all of those, it just made me angry and upset. But it's, I can understand what it's like to have these hate-filled comment sections of, if you've written a review on embargo, it comes out before the game's even out, and people are just like, how could you give it a 5? Like, you haven't even played the game. Like, are you playing it right? Like, there's so much spiteful hate out there that I just don't understand. Like, I cannot comprehend seeing a review, seeing a score that you don't like, and then getting pissed about it. I don't understand. I'm sorry, but I just don't get that. Like, that is that person's opinion in number form. Like, what more do you want? It just does not compute to me, I guess. But there are people that are just gonna spew hatred through every outlet that you have. Like, my email, my Irrational Passions email is out there. And if you look hard enough, my Gmail's out there. But, you know, you don't see me people fill in my email accounts with death threats. But, you know, there are game makers and reviewers that do get that shit. And it's unbelievable. So, you know, I've been on a mission, you could say, for the past couple of years, just to spread good vibes and to tell people when they're doing something that I like it, and that they should keep doing it because someone is noticing that they're working hard and someone is appreciating it. And that should be all that they need to hear. And usually it is. Usually I get a, wow, thank you so much back, or something like that. And that's awesome. And spreading good vibes it's important. And just, you know, even if you're upset and you comprehend after the fact that you were just, you know, it was an emotional reaction. I got upset. But stopping yourself from sending that one hateful tweet or just being a dick on a message board because, you know, no one's going to know it's you. Stopping yourself from doing that is honestly a reward in of itself, because after the fact, if you really do like to appreciate good work, you'll be like, you know, I'm glad I didn't say that horrible fucking thing I was going to say. And I'm glad that I didn't just say something that was completely just unjustified. It was just mean, you know? Why would you say something that's just mean? It has no purpose. Criticism, that's fine. Saying a game, you know, criticizing a game, I get this question a lot, like, what if the game sucks, like, and you got a review copy of it? Well, I say that the game wasn't good, and I had no fun with it. Like, you know, I try and put it as lightly as I can, but, you know, there's an extent if a game actually sucks. You know, you gotta lay it out on the table for the person that's reading the review, and for you that's writing the review. You know, it's not fair to either party if you just lie in a game review and say it was okay. No, that's not right. But, you know, spread good vibes. Don't be asshole. Don't be passive aggressive either. That's just, you're just asking for it then. And don't, you know, don't say stuff to get a rise out of other people. Don't say stuff to make them upset. Don't say stuff that you know is going to keep them up at night. Just being like, why was that person so angry at me that they had to say that? Don't be passive aggressive and just lay out little shots that you want to bother them, but just not up front, or you think other people won't notice. That's just fucked up. You know, spread good vibes. Say good things. Don't get upset about the little things. We're talking about video games, guys. They're baby toys for adults. And as reductive as that is, we still love them. So, as my hair will continue to just be a mess. So there you go. But what I was going to lead into was on Friday shows, I started trying to do Twitter questions when I can on Tuesday shows. But on Friday shows, I want to do something different. I want to highlight an article I read from this past week. And kind of throw it out there. Now, I'm going to avoid Irrational Passions articles, because I'm biased, ends up. I like my writers quite a bit. But this week, I will do an Irrational Passion one, and hopefully this will be the only time I do it. But, this past week, great article. We have 2 columns that are currently going up, every week. Throwback Thursday and Woman Crush Wednesday. Both 2 of the best parts about our site, you know, honestly, you know, other than Alex Talks. But they're really good. This past week, Throwback Thursday was about kind of like how the Tony Hawk effect, Tony Hawk Pro Skater effect, played into creating yearly franchises. And it's really, really good. Written by Zack. It's awesome. Please go check it out. I liked it. It's very well written. It's very simple. You know, it's about, I think, 7 paragraphs, 600 words, but it gets to the point really well. And, it illustrates kind of like this worst case scenario that we should all, as people who consume yearly franchise games, myself included, I'm not omitting myself from this. I'm not above anyone else. We should be aware of. If you are buying Assassin's Creed every year, just know what that's doing to the industry. And I think that's very fascinating. I think it's a good read. So check it out, please. That's Throwback Thursday yearly franchises. So that's on the site now. I'll put a link in the description. I will be featuring other writers' stuff. Don't worry, not Irrational Patch stuff. I will avoid that stuff. That goes without saying. But yeah, check that stuff out. But thanks for watching, guys. You can follow me on Twitter at AlFighter27 and tweet me, talk to me. I don't care. I like you guys. You're all really cool. So you can follow the show and the website on Twitter at IrrationalPod if you want to get updates on that. I don't know why you would, because I tweet about Alex Talks. No, I'm just kidding. But other than that, we go up Tuesdays and Fridays. I fucked up earlier this week and it went out on Wednesday. I'm sorry. I'll try to make sure it doesn't happen again. But my voice was shot. What do you want from me? But Tuesdays, Fridays, that's when Alex Talks goes up. Tons of stuff up on the site all the time. We were recording the podcast tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time, as we do every Friday. Keep that in mind. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Until Tuesday, I'll talk to you guys later.